guys. It is Wednesday, the 1st of August 2018, and you're watching KopTalk.tv. Alright. I was just seeing some comments by Roberto Firmino. I'll read the comments to you first. He said, "I'm so proud to play for such a great club. I'm very grateful to God for that." We're very grateful to God. Alright. I love Liverpool. It's a great city to live in. The supporters are respectful. And I like playing and living here. Playing for Liverpool at Anfield is a very joyous and positive experience. I can honestly tell you, I actually got goosebumps on our way into the stadium against Manchester City. And the reason I've singled him out, those comments out really, I mean there's more comments by him, but I just wanted to touch on them, is that, do you not think that in the squad at the moment that we have got some players with some great character, right? It's very difficult making videos, right, when you say words like squad, character and stuff like that without making reference to certain things, right? I don't deliberately try and throw these in, right? It's just, anyway. But I can't help but think that when you look at the squad, right, we have some talented players in there, there's no doubt about it. And I'm not really one of these people that, fucking believes them when they come out with all this "I love Liverpool" and all that, because you know what happens. It's human nature, it's life. They might want to progress their careers, might want to change. They've got a family, and people influencing them and things like that. And then maybe, they're maybe in a foreign country or whatever. So that's fine. I ain't got a problem with that. You know what I mean? It's the way they conduct their exits that can sometimes bother me. But I can't help but think, but when you look at some of these players in the squad, in the team, that the mentality of some of them is top notch. It's top notch. And I don't know if this, is this down to the way that we recruit now? We don't just recruit players that are, exceptional. I mean, you look at Balotelli, right? I mean, he could be a talented player, couldn't he? But we all know that he was a fucking walking time bomb. Just wrong attitude, and I don't like players like that, guys. I don't mind players with a bit of character, right? And I like characters in the game, especially managers and stuff like that. But you don't want, I'll be honest. There's two players at Liverpool that I would exclude from this sort of like the way of thinking with the video that I'm going with. Everyone else, I just think, like you look at people like Milner and you think that lad switched on and give his all for the club. You've got Firmino there, and I actually believe him. There's just, I don't know. You've got Virgil van Dijk that is clearly, a winner. He wanted to play for us. We've got a lot of these new signings, they come in and what they've done to get there to play for us is sometimes maybe they had to be a bit patient, or they really wanted to play for us, guys. And I think that 2, 3, 4 years ago, that you'd always get them, wouldn't you? Them players coming in and saying, I'd always been like Liverpool and that. And I used to sit there and think, fuck off, don't patronise me. But when I hear it these days, I'm tending to believe it. And I can't help but think that Klopp, right? I know he hasn't won anything, right? But I can't help but think that Klopp has helped change this mentality. And it's funny because whenever you have a manager, right, when it was under Rodgers, people used to say the same thing. Fans, they get caught up in stuff and they want to believe what they're saying. They say, oh yeah, it's Rodgers, he's really imposed this, this group of players now. And it's like, nah. I see through that. And we sign a player, like I say in the past, and he would say, I've always wanted to be here and stuff like that. And I actually think, there's people, you see them on the members' website, or the KopTalk members' website or whatever, and you'll see people commenting saying, oh, look at that, he really wanted to play for us because he said so. And I just think, no. But these days, I actually believe it. And I actually think we've got some players that really, really do want to play for us. And that the mercenaries are maybe not as round as now, around the club, as much as they used to be. And you can't help, the way some players are. I don't really want to be negative towards anybody, but there's two players in the existing squad that I think, I'm not sure whether they've got much time left at Liverpool anyway. One of them in particular, I'd be very surprised if that person stays past this season anyway. But I just, there's another one that's sort of like, he's been out a while as well. You know what I'm talking about, guys. There's a couple of players that have had injury problems at Liverpool, and I just don't think that they've got the best mentality. And I just think that, sometimes we've signed players, this is definite, over the last 5 years or so, right, that have come to us thinking, I'm going to get there for a bit, and I'm going to step up, and I'm going to go to here and that. And it's like, all right, that's maybe their entitlement. They're allowed to do that. There's nothing wrong with that. And maybe some of you guys won't accept that there are better clubs than Liverpool out there, but there's certainly better places to be. Like Real Madrid, you can't compare. Like, who turns down Real Madrid or Barcelona, for example? I mean, even though that league you would say is maybe not as good as the Premier League, it's just the glamour of it all, the opportunity to have that on your CV. So, obviously we've seen this with Salah, he's turned down Real Madrid. And, when there's still an opportunity there, and he probably will end up there one day, But let's focus on the positives of the video. And I just can't help but think, look at it like this. If Salah wanted to leave this summer, he could have probably pushed that through. Right? I mean, Liverpool can say as much as they want, he's not for sale and he's not for sale or whoever. But the reality is that the agent and the players, they control it all, don't they? And if someone wants to go, they go, as we've been seeing many times. So you can delay an exit, but at some point it's going to happen. But, I don't know. I mean, if you look at Salah, right? And look at what he does in his own spare time, with his own money, back in his homeland, for example, with charities or people that have fallen on hard times. Just the whole way he conducts himself is fabulous. He's fantastic. He's fantastic, right? Now, don't mix that up with players when you see him at Liverpool official website doing little picture montages when they've visited little Freddie in hospital and stuff, because a lot of that's contractual, like you've got to do so many hours work as part of your contract, PR work as representing the club. I'm not saying that it's not meaningful to them. I'm talking about when someone goes and does it out of the road, on their own sort of thing. And I much rather want to read about players that do stuff like that. I mean, Sacco was another one, wasn't he? And you can pick them out over the years. And you see, another one is Karius, right? So every time you see Karius, whenever I see Karius, right now, whether this is his fault or not, he's either pictured with his motor, or looking pretty dapper. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, guys. But it's image, isn't it? And a lot of stuff that I see of Salah, it's like, oh, look what he's doing, for the local community, and I don't know, I like that. And I guess I'm getting a bit skew with going off on my vid. But the point I'm trying to make is that I just think that in the squad at the moment, that there is a mentality of players that actually want to play for Liverpool Football Club, and maybe the prima donnas aren't really there. The sulkers, the ones that their head drops, or they only put a shift in when it suits them and stuff like that. Can you really think of many players at the club now that are not like that, that are like that? Sorry, that are them sort of players. I just think that we seem to have a better breed of players. So the point I'm trying to make, I'm not doing a very good one, I'm useless, I know, I'm struggling, is we have a better standard of player in terms of ability, I think, overall, but also their character as well. That's the bit I'm trying to make. It's a very easy thing to say, really, so I don't know why I'm going about it in such a difficult way. Would you agree with me? Or am I just getting old and too soft these days? What do you think, guys? Let me know. I think it's just good to see, and I just think if you've got that vibe around the place, then it's good. And the good thing is, it doesn't seem like all tree huggy, like burnt candle, but it doesn't seem wet, if you know what I mean. Sometimes you see like team bonding and stuff, and you think that's a bit wet. Do you know what I mean? That's a bit like organised and that. They seem to be genuinely looking out for each other. And you know, you've got a lot of guys and a lot of personalities and stuff. Not everyone can get along. But we just seem to have a really good group of people. Now, whether or not that can make any difference over the course of a season, who knows? But I just think that we're getting some players in there that are maybe for once maybe not bothered more for playing for the group, more bothered. They're coming across that they care for the whole project and not just themselves. Like I say, I think there's a couple of players at the club still that are more interested in the bling and, you know, what they look like. And well, actually, you can include Karius in that. Even though Karius is a nightmare of a time, I think he's a right posing cunt. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I get that. That's fine. But you need the other stuff to counter it. So if you're performing on the pitch and you're banging, you know, Mo Salah can wear pink fucking boots with the flashing green lights on, as far as I'm concerned. You know what I mean, guys? That's the point I'm trying to say here. So like, and who was it that made a reference to that? I think maybe it wasn't not an article. Could it have been Didi Hamann? I can't remember. It might have been Didi Hamann that said about, if I'm wrong, give me a good coshing, a virtual coshing, said about drawing. I'm sure he drew comparisons between the way Karius conducts himself in the city and the way Cristiano Ronaldo was conducting himself in Madrid, and saying, you know, fuck me, you know, you can stroll around like this if you're one of the world's best players, but when you're not. Do you get my drift, guys? I just think that we've got a good little group of players, and I don't know what the fuck's going to happen, to be honest. But from my point of view, as an old miserable fat bastard, you know, I like to see a good ship of people. You know what I mean? I don't like looking at players in the team and thinking, yeah, all right, you're doing it, but I think you're a bit of a bell end. Do you know what I mean? I don't like that. And thinking back to the days when Nate Sterling was at the club and he was mixing around with a couple of players, and was that other lad, that other winger, that young lad, I can't remember his fucking name now. He went out, didn't he go to West Brom or somewhere like that? I can't remember his fucking name. You know, when they break into the team and they start thinking the fucking Pele and Maradona and that, and they're like fucking 16, 17, 18. You know, there was quite a bit of that mentality around the club at one time, I think. And it was the same players and the young around together and stuff like that. And I never really talked about it. I've alluded to it sometimes, because you've got to be careful what you say. Because a particular group of players, maybe like a particular culture or background or race or whatever, and if you start picking, you know, some people say, hey, you fuck it. Do you know what I mean? So sometimes you keep your mouth shut, you can't say out in this day and age. People can, you know, misinterpret things, and I don't like shit like that. But I do think that there was a time, you know, there were some players that thought they were a bit bigger than Liverpool Football Club. You know, and is there anyone? I mean, look at Mo Salah. He's probably our best player, right? Most people would argue that, right? Wouldn't argue that. Would say he's the best player. They'd argue that fact, yeah. Does Mo Salah to you walk around like he's fucking God? Does he walk around like, hey, look at me and my fucking gold-plated, diamond-crusted fucking Dr. fucking Dre fucking earphones on? Do you know what I mean? He doesn't, does he? So he comes across as a humble, nice gentleman, nice guy. That's who you want in your club, isn't it? And in his spare time, he's doing a bit for everyone as best as he can. And these footballers, you know, they're only human. They're only like us, you know, we expect them to do everything. When they get off a team bus, we're like, oh, that fucker didn't sign anything for someone, did he? That fucking bastard. He's paid fucking 200 grand a week, that cunt, and he can't, you know, because that's our mentality, isn't it? That's what people are like. But the reality is they're only human, you know, and sometimes they're allowed a day off. And sometimes, though, it's the same ones that never fucking stop. Yeah. Anyway, I don't even know if you even like this video. Give it a thumbs up if you like this video. Or if you give it a thumbs down, that means I've got power over you. Alright, so just remember that. Because listen, I can put a video on here sometimes, right, and it gets a thumbs down within fucking seconds of going live, right? And I know there is someone that likes to watch my videos and just fucking thumb down, but that gives me immense power. It makes me laugh, that. Alright, don't all be thumbing down my videos now, you cunt. Plural. So what do you think, guys? Do you agree with me? Do you get my drift? I just think we've got a good setup. I really do. And I'm not one of these people. You know, there's quite a few people saying Klopp's got to do that now, do this. He's got to deliver. And there's an element. What the fuck? There's an element of truth in that. You know, you can run around the side of the pitch shouting boom all fucking day long. But you know, we've got to win something, and people will be praising the owners, saying look what's happening and stuff like that. You know, to put some money in. It'll still be interesting to see what the next spend is. and I'm sure there'll be a big exit somewhere along the line sometime soon. But let's not speculate about that. We'll let the press bring up the Salah to Real Madrid stuff later in the season, around November time or something. But you know what I mean? No, it's full of positives at the moment, and I'm delighted. And, I think I might have to put one of my darker t-shirts on because I think I'm a bit camouflaged here, and you guys probably can't see me with that wall behind me. But yeah, there you go. I've had this bastard ages, honestly. I've dropped down like 2 shirt sizes, I think, in the last couple of months. I think I've lost 39 pounds now, I think, since 14th of May, so doing all right with that, you know what I mean? I know you can't tell, you know, but yeah, you go back to some of my first videos on here, I think I'm about 5 stone lighter than then, so yeah, certainly looking after myself a bit, guys. You know, when you do this, you sat on your ass all the time. You know, I put my weight on over the last 20 years of doing this, there's no coincidence, but things are alright, yeah, I just wish I had more to talk to you about at the moment. You know, I think we can churn out videos about transfer speculation, things like that, but I don't see what point there is, but we'll see. Okay, I'm going to go now. I shall get off. I'm not sure if I'm doing a DKB.TV video today. If not, then that'll be priority tomorrow. It's just that I want to give you something that's worthy of you know, watching, and not just a lot of rambling like this one. But I actually think this video has got really valid points. I mean, we can't have like all exciting topics all the time. But I actually think this is an exciting topic. It's talking about the squad's fucking, you know, overall feel and vibe and that, and I think it's good. And I want to see players that, you know, that want to turn out for us, and of course that they will always want to move on, maybe one day, to bigger and better things if that's possible, and fair do, especially foreign players. But you know, we can talk about a manager, his success in terms of winning things. You know, like Klopp, he hasn't won this or he hasn't won that, but maybe he's winning that battle against a big problem in modern day football, which is the attitudes of some of the players. And you know, we've seen it for years with other managers at Liverpool saying, "Oh no, they'll only sign the right players, you know, with the right head, you know, only if they want to play," for all that patronising shit. But I actually believe at the moment that everything is just so right in that department. It really is. All right, kids. I'm sorry if it's boring or whatever. I welcome your feedback, and hopefully I'll speak to you soon. All right. Love you. Bye.